Hey, welcome back to What's New. Is your significant other emotionally repressed? How truly compatible are you and your mate? What is that prospective boyfriend or girlfriend really like? Well, to find out, all you need to do is to get them to put it in writing. Here to tell us what handwriting actually reveals about love and sexuality is renowned graphologist Michael Watts. Nice to have you with us, Michael.
Please
welcome to the show. Yeah, how would you like a little espresso?
Thank you very much.
Okay, compliments of the doctor and Roy. Writing really does say a lot about people?
Yes, well, graphology, or handwriting analysis, as it's often called, is a system which allows you to interpret very, very accurately a person's behavior.
Now, what do you look... How long have you been doing this, first of all?
I've been doing this 15 years. I studied experimental psychology, and then I went straight on to do postgraduate research in the area of handwriting analysis.
Okay, now this isn't something like soothsaying or fortune-telling or anything like that. This is an actual science?
Well, the best way to understand graphology is to realize that handwriting is a form of body language. Now, we all know that we can read a person's thoughts and feelings very, very accurately if we understand how to read body language. Well, when you write, you're actually producing a chain of highly expressive gestures, literally hundreds of them, and these are as unique to every individual as their thumbprint. So using the sort of graphology as you can find in my book, Love Script, you can find out all sorts of information.
Yeah, you know, we were I was reading through this thing, and it says you can find out all kinds of things about what kind of lover your mate is going to be like?
Yes, exactly right. You can determine sexual preferences even, and in fact I know one particular case, a friend of my wife's. She didn't listen to me when I suggested her prospective boyfriend had unclear sexual preferences, and 7 years later, after he had proposed marriage, he backed out because he finally admitted that was the case, and I'd let her know 7 years previously.
Oh, wow. This is kind of scary then, when you write down something you can actually find out that much about it?
That's right. That's why whenever I write, I always type.
No kidding. That's no kidding. And actually, you're going to make me write something down here before we're through here. We've got some examples of some big celebrities. Kevin Costner. Now he's been through a lot of problems, a lot of girlfriends, and he's supposed to be a very sexual man.
That's right. But the problem is his writing shows signs of severe stress. To begin with, you'll notice that the lines are very erratic. They wave up and down. Also, there's a degeneration of the letter formations into an illegible scrawl. You'll notice that on both the signatures and in various parts of the writing. That shows he's really burning the candle at both ends, which leaves very little energy for the sensual side of his life.
Yeah, so he's stressed out in that. Stress is not good.
That's right.
For your love life.
That's exactly. But he's a very modest man, I should have said.
Okay, we've got 15 seconds, so we're not going to get into Michael Jackson, but I want to just take a quick peek at him when we come back, and then I'll write something on the board, and we'll see. I don't know if I want to do this. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more What's New in just a minute. Stay with us. Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Michael Watts, the author of Love Script, and before we went to break, I said I wanted to take a look at Michael Jackson's handwriting quickly, and you can tell us what you think of his writing. Right. Okay, we've got it right here now. There's Michael.
Okay, well, to begin with, the lines are sloping very strongly down the page, showing he suffers from severe moods of depression, and you'll notice a large cover stroke over the name Michael, which shows he's got an extremely secretive nature, and he'll keep his personal life absolutely 100% private.
Wow. And you know what? I've noticed all these celebrities that we're talking about, they've got the worst penmanship I've ever seen in my life. Yes, it's really bad.
Well, I think it's probably due to the fact that many celebrities have very narcissistic personalities, and when you have a narcissistic personality, you become extremely worried about everything in your life, and this disturbs the actual handwriting style, which of course is a reflection of their inner state. So,
you know, also in the book, you talk about things like a person who doodles ice cream cones has a tremendous hunger and passion for sex, and it's like if your letter G has an extremely narrow loop, that has something to do with your sexual appetite. Is that true?
Yes. Well, to take the second point, because we're sticking to graphology at the moment, if the letter G has a very narrow or retrace loop, this shows that the person's sexual fantasy, their erotic fantasy, is being held back. So they're not expressing their desires at all. So that's why
you should have told me that now, because when I write something, guess what that letter G is going to look like? It's going to be huge, huge. So I'm going to write something down on the board right now with this, and you're going to analyze this, right? Okay. Now, it has to be long written, because I write differently than...
You should write as if you were writing a letter to a friend.
Oh, really?
And you didn't have a typewriter handy, obviously.
I do it like this. But, okay, you can start reading. Of course, it's a little bit hard to write with, I'm writing on this.
That's great. Just your signature now would be plenty. Well, the first thing I'm noticing is that the lower stems in your writing are very long. They're about 4 times the size of the vowel height. That shows tremendous physical stamina. I mean, you're the sort of person who can keep on the move and going long after those around you are on their last legs.
Oh, really? What's showing that?
The very long stems on letters such as G. Now, I also notice that your writing has a certain restlessness to it, which is typical of the creative mind. I mean, if you have a writing that's absolutely incredibly neat and robot-like, then the creativity in that personality is being suppressed. So this shows a very creative personality. Your signature, although it's enlarged, you can see that it belongs to your writing, which shows that you're essentially someone who has a very authentic personality. What you see is what you get, and it actually comes on over the air as that.
I think this is cool.
Large capitals show your tremendous showmanship. So although what you see is what you get, you'll sometimes use showmanship to create a nice impression, which anyone does who has that quality.
Okay, well, I hope I've created a nice impression with you. Thank you very much, Michael, for being with us. The book is called Love Script, and it's available in bookstores right now?
That's right, all over the States.
Okay, thank you very much, Michael. Nice meeting you.
Thank you very much, Brian.
And we'll talk later, okay, after the show.